Have you ever contemplated that your hidden source of inner tranquility could be embedded in an invisible force, a force of non-reaction? In our high-speed world, we frequently neglect the dormant power that lies within our ability to withhold immediate response. We're conditioned to retaliate, to react instantly. But how often do we manage our inherent reactions and opt to merely witness the events unfolding around us? Let me illustrate a scenario. Amid the fast-paced activity, the incessant chatter and noise, imagine standing still. Of calmness in a sea of disorder. Visualize an intense disagreement, a disagreement that may be familiar to you, where the air is heavy with tension, laden with the weight of unexpressed resentments and past misunderstandings. The words thrown are sharp, they wound like a knife, leaving scars unseen yet profoundly experienced. The impulse to retaliate, to counter with equal intensity, is overwhelming, almost inescapable. An instinct deeply rooted within us. It's a call to action, a war cry in the face of perceived danger or harm. But ponder this. What if rather than yielding to this impulse, you opted for a distinct route? What if you consciously decided to choose silence over rebuttal, empathy over aggression, tranquility over discord? It was during such a moment that I found myself engrossed in a heated argument with a dear friend. Against all odds, against the instinctual urge to counterattack, I chose silence. Deciding not to respond impulsively, I made myself available to genuinely listen, to truly comprehend. Allow me to make it clear, non-reaction isn't about indifference. It's not about exhibiting apathy, turning a blind eye, or denying the reality of the situation. It's about creating a space consideration for quiet introspection. It's about directing your inner strength, harnessing your power. Choose response over reaction. Non-reaction isn't merely about remaining still amidst the turmoil. It's about finding the eye of the storm, the tranquil center within you. It's about acknowledging that the power to choose tranquility, to choose empathy over aggression, lies within you. It's about revealing the hidden strength of thoughtful contemplation over impulsive reprisal. You might be wondering, what does non-reaction have to do with inner peace? This intriguing question has sparked curiosity in many, each individual on a quest to find serenity amidst life's relentless transitions. Now we're going to explore the deep and complex relationship between non-reaction and inner peace, seen through the eyes of a spiritual explorer, Sam. Sam, like us all, was once caught in the intricate web of life's challenges. He found himself continuously responding to every external provocation, each push and pull from the world around him that persistently demanded his reaction. His mind resembled a turbulent ocean, stirred by every breeze of external pressures. His life was a stormy mix of emotions, thoughts, and actions, each jostling for his focus, leaving him feeling depleted and unfulfilled. But then, an unexpected day, he stumbled upon the enlightenment of non-reaction. It wasn't a deliberate discovery, but rather, it lay hidden within the pages of an aged, worn-out book he'd casually selected from a dusty corner of a second-hand bookshop. The concept piqued his interest and softly echoed a promise of peace that his soul had been longing for, seemingly for a lifetime. Non-reaction, as he discovered, wasn't about being passive or dismissive, but about maintaining inner stillness despite the world's turmoil around him. It was about becoming a quiet observer, almost like a bystander, to the drama that played out in the external world. As non-reaction became a part of his life, his tumultuous mind began to quieten. He transformed into a tranquil lake on a peaceful night, reflecting the moon, clear, serene, and undisturbed, no matter the surface disturbances. He was no longer tossed around by external disruptions. He had turned into a haven of peace in the midst of life's turbulent ocean. The practice of non-reaction also led Sam towards the art of living in the present. It severed his ties with past regrets and future concerns, freeing him from the shackles of time. It showed him the charm of the current moment, the ease of existing in the now, unburdened by past baggage or future worries. Through this practice, Sam unearthed something extraordinary, his route to inner peace. Not an immediate revelation, but a slow, steady awakening, akin to dawn after a pitch-dark night. The seemingly simple act of non-reaction altered his life forever, and through this practice, Sam found his route to inner peace. The practice of observing without reacting is a subtle art, akin to a tightrope walker maintaining perfect equilibrium on a metaphorical balance beam. It is an exercise in delicate balance between an elevated state of consciousness and being deeply ensconced in a vortex of swirling and volatile emotions. The fundamental goal of this practice is to anchor oneself in the present moment, free from the echoes of past experiences or the anticipations of the future. Allow me to elucidate this concept with a personal tale. During a particularly challenging period in my life, I found myself embroiled in an unpredictable situation. It invoked a surge of raw emotions within me, emotions that were simmering beneath my surface, threatening to explode in a volcanic outburst. However, instead of yielding to the gut reaction of responding hastily and permitting my emotions to cloud my rationality, I chose to chart a different course, the course of observation, of separating myself from these overpowering emotions and evaluating them as if they were exhibits in a gallery. I adopted the role of an observer in my mind, witnessing the drama of my emotions without being swept away by their torrent. This practice led me to a profound epiphany, one that drastically shifted my perspective on emotions. I understood that emotions, irrespective of their intensity or their overwhelming presence, are fleeting. They rise and fall, wax and wane, much like the waves on a beach. They are ephemeral, transient, and no matter how powerfully they may shake my core, I stand, I endure. This keen observation, this conscious choice to witness rather than react, brought a fresh clarity to my life. It felt as though I had been in the eye of a storm, and abruptly the storm clouds dissipated, revealing a serene, clear sky. By practicing observation without reaction, I uncovered the clarity hidden amidst the chaos. In the chaos of constant worries and the tangle of past and future, a state of serenity called the eternal now exists. This might seem like a common concept, but it holds powerful and transformative implications. Let's further explore this using the fascinating story of an ordinary individual, John. John, like many of us, was a person seemingly trapped in an endless cycle of concerns and apprehensions. His thoughts were either ensnared in the snare of past errors or by the unpredictability of the future. His mind was continuously on overdrive, fleeing from past phantoms and rushing toward future apparitions, causing him to feel disconnected from the present moment. John's life exemplified the fact that the human mind typically operates like a time traveler, barely resting in the present moment. This constant swing between past remorse and future worries not only draining but also deprived him of the joy of living in the present. Everything began to shift when John discovered the practice of non-reaction. This concept piqued his curiosity. He learned that non-reaction wasn't about being inert or indifferent. On the contrary, it was about deciding to live in the moment, to interact with life as it happened, without the compulsion to steer or alter its direction. This was a major shift in his viewpoint. As John started practicing non-reaction, he began experiencing an increased sense of presence in each moment. It was not an instant change. Instead, it was a gradual process. Every day he made a conscious choice to practice non-reaction, choosing to dwell in the present moment rather than allowing his thoughts to distract him. He started observing his life, actions, and surroundings with increased mindfulness and less judgment. The practice of non-reaction helped John to calm his racing mind and to mute the internal chaos. This precious silence turned into his sanctuary, his relief from life's tumult. And within this peaceful silence, he discovered the path to the eternal now. The eternal now, a profound state of existence where each second is fully experienced. It is not merely about physical presence, but also mental and emotional presence. In the eternal now, life is not a sequence of past recollections or future anticipations, but a continual current of present moments. As John started dwelling more in the eternal now, he started appreciating the beauty of life unfolding before his eyes. He was no longer a passive spectator, but an active player in his own life. He discovered that the charm of life is not tucked away in the distant future or buried in the past, but right here, in the eternal now. In the peace of non-reaction, we uncover the allure of the eternal now.